You sexy cookies. So I wanted to just make kind of like this brief video vlog type thing because I'm working on posting another video. I didn't really get much done yesterday because I started feeling like shit again because I'm near the end of weaning this other medication. So since I'm down to like, here I can show you, it's like 6 little granule balls. I'm honestly feeling really nasty in the tummy and I'm a bit off and not really feeling like myself. I'm pretty bland, honestly, and I've been really emotionally unstable. I was crying in the car earlier for no reason. My mom was just looking at me like a freak. Well, I'm sure she does that all the time anyway. However, that's kind of a side note to something else that I wanted to say. Those of you who have been on my channel for a really long time are probably very aware of the fact that I'm an adult now. So I'm growing up. So from the duration to where I was really young looking to now, my views have changed. They're not the same at all. Nowhere near the same at all, really, as what I was like when I was 16. The things that I'm still into a lot of the same things. However, I've just kind of channeled and branched out more into in-depth detail because I'm on my life journey learning more about myself as I age. So by saying this, I'm basically saying that I'm not apologizing because I'm not going to say sorry for being myself. What I'm saying is I've noticed a lot of people are kind of, I don't know, I want to say like offended or whatever, but people have taken notice to the fact that I'm posting more things that are adult-like, and I mean, kind of like, I don't want to restrict myself and censor myself like some other YouTubers do. Like, I've seen some YouTubers basically like have their young personality when they were younger and try and stay with that and then keep their younger audience. And for me personally, like, I have nothing against younger people. However, I am not the type of person who wants really to have an only younger audience, and I don't want to tailor to people who are younger, personally. I like adult audience. I've always loved adult audience, even when I was that 16-year-old little girl, which is probably like jailbait as fuck to say that. However, I've always enjoyed adult type of humor and adult pertaining kind of things. So, like, for me to like restrict things that I do and whatnot, it's not gonna happen. It's as long as this is my channel and this is what I'm doing for myself and for all of you guys in entertainment, I'm gonna do it in the most genuine format possible. Like, I don't want to be another YouTuber who's just another YouTuber that advertises crap and is a label of themselves that is this kind of being that seems kind of possible to sort of be like. And I mean, I like to show people the more relatable sides of myself because, like, this is who I am. Like, I'm just a person. Like, most people don't really get that idea from just the shit that I post on social media. They don't get an idea of my full person. And like that is another reason why I wanted to make a YouTube channel in the first place, is because just getting people to understand that, like, people in pictures, they've got more to their lives aside from a picture visual. Like, I may look happy in specific pictures, but that's acting. That is not what reality is like. That's also why I like to post photos where I'm just like knackered as shit, or I like to post things that aren't exactly the desired kind of state of average appealing kind of dynamics to other people. I like to post things with emotions that people usually try to stay away from in photos. Like, that's kind of how I've always liked to go about things, because like I realized that when people look a particular way, there's a lot of misconceptions that can be bound to that person looking a certain way. And I mean, that's kind of how you end up lonely, not gonna lie. So, uh, I'm gonna continue eating, and then I'm gonna come back to this. So I'll talk to you guys in a bit. On the floor of my closet bedroom. I'm just gonna continue now. So I've had a lot of people be like, "Well, why haven't you been posting some of those videos that you've been talking about so much in your past videos?" And it's basically, for me, it's kind of like I like to put up videos like this. However, with things that I feel like are important to me, I would prefer putting them out in better quality for you guys, because I think you guys deserve that. And I honestly didn't want my channel to have poo content on it in the first place, honestly. At one point, I wanted to have my channel to only have good content on it. But since I have to equate in the factor of my skill level, so it's kind of like, now I might as well just say what I need to say and get it off my chest as fast as possible so that I could just be free mentally. So I'm just gonna say a few things right here and now, but I'll also probably end up adding them into my channel intro as well, because I want to make like an official channel intro and then have the video also on my website as well, and the front page. That'd be pretty sweet. The main reason why I decided to join YouTube, honestly, it was for self adventuring, really. I I had no friends. Well, not no friends, but I had friends in high school that I couldn't really fully relate with. I mean, I could to some degrees. However, there was a lot of things that I was scared to talk about with people in reality. I was one of those people, while the internet was becoming mainstream, who actually had quite severe social anxiety. I actually still have social anxiety. However, doing what I have on YouTube has basically forced me out of it indefinitely, because I don't want to just like fade and disappear because of my stupid social anxiety. I don't want my social anxiety to stop me, because I was kind of handed this awesome opportunity and I don't want to let it go away. But yeah, no, I'm actually pretty awkward, and I have social anxiety, and if it isn't apparent in some of the videos, I do feel kind of awkward talking about some things. But I mean, it's whatever. I kind of learned just to accept my awkwardness, because I mean, awkward is all in your own mindset, of course. So once the thought is presented, then of course everything is going to be completely awkward from then on forwards. So, um, I had friends online, however, continuing on with what I was talking about, and I kind of wanted to like make myself known of and show people that I'm a real person, and that's literally what I did. I posted a couple corny videos uh, dancing to music, and one of them actually was removed for being inappropriate, and there was no reason why it was inappropriate at all. It That was the YouTube flagging system. The YouTube flagging system seemed to have gotten a video taken down of me dancing with a fucking Hello Kitty. Like, come on, what the hell? I was fully clothed and I was holding a Hello Kitty. I don't know if it has to do with copyright laws in Asia or something with the Hello Kitty brand. I don't know. I don't think so. I've never seen anybody else's videos get removed because of Hello Kitty. But I mean, it it wasn't anything inappropriate and it got taken down and it was kind of stupid. I never really uploaded it back up anyway, because I mean, it was just an old video, and I mean, I could upload it again and leave it unlisted for those of you guys who want it back. But yeah, no, it was just an older video, Oh, I don't have to leave it unlisted. I could just put it on my channel. I don't mind. It's part of my history. Um, it was just stupid. It was just me just like validating my existence really on the internet. And I mean, I didn't really expect things to equate to this degree. I actually, when I first was on the internet, my perception on life was a lot different, and honestly, I just wanted attention, like, to be blunt, because like I have attention-seeking sort of types of skill traits, so I just wanted some positive reinforcement for the things that I was doing to keep me motivated and moving in life. And I mean, that's kind of why at a certain point on my YouTube channel, I kind of started to not really pay as much attention to it, and I would just kind of post hair videos here and there because that's what people were asking for. But it got to this point where I thought about it and what I was doing and how many people really know of the type of person I am. Like, I don't know, people seem to get like these really strange ass ideas out of like me just like coloring my hair and doing my thing online without sort of explaining myself as a person. I mean, that shit never bothered me. I was bullied throughout most of my life growing up, so I mean, I'm kind of resistant to a lot of criticism from people that's negative. I mean, I also grew up with my family mocking me as well. So, I mean, if you're getting mocked at the part where your heart is at, it's kind of like you kind of turn into a little bit of a rock. But um, it's a lot. I mean, the dynamics within my family are a lot different now that I'm older and can actually explain things in a better manner, because I used to not be able to explain things very well at all. Those of you who have been on my channel for a while probably have noticed my speaking skills have improved. Yeah, no, like I have public speaking problems. Well, had I still kind of do. I trail over my words and I get kind of lost within them because of my mind constantly jumping from thought to thought that's completely unrelated. Creative mind. Um, but yeah, no, the very first video that I made that was more personal, that was an emotional sort of topic that I was discussing, I scripted it. And that was probably one of the biggest mistakes I could have ever made, was scripting it, because I sounded robotic. And I was at a point of my life where I hadn't had any acting practice in a really long time. So I was a really shit script reader at that time. And I read that very slowly because I was also thinking about what I was saying at the same time too. And it just I felt like that video did not really do me justice. However, like, I got a lot of positive feedback for the words that I was actually saying, and I thank you guys who noticed what the content I was actually saying opposed to my performance. Because I mean, like, I'm sure some of you guys kind of understand that as well. Not everybody who comes on YouTube also is not exactly the most confident in reality. I know that there's people on this platform who put themselves out there as if they have all the confidence in the world, and then in reality it's just not there at all. I'm not like that at all, actually. I used to be, but YouTube kind of pushed me out of that, because I realized that in order for me to follow my dreams and achieve some of my goals, I have to have confidence in a lot of the things that I do. And I have to kind of own what I do with a solid stance of ground so that people don't push me aside. I mean, I as an adult, like, I suffered through a whole bunch of bullshit younger with authority figures who were above me, who had more power than me. And now that I'm an adult, I like to think of it as I'm an adult. I have a choice to have to deal with some bullshit. I don't have to be all up in problems and bullshit if I don't want to be. So I choose to sit where I do. That's also why I don't like to discuss a lot of the drama that happens within the YouTube community. However, I do want to throw some opinions around because I do feel like they can be validated in some sort of, I don't know, some manner that you could get an idea of. Died for a bit there. Uh, I hope that you got some sort of more kind of elaborated thoughts of how I am as a person. But at the same time, too, I like to be able to relate to people. Relating to people is fucking awesome. Like, as someone who always like feels alone in their mind, it's just like great to relate with people. Like, I don't know if you guys can relate with that, but like, you can, yeah. um, so that's just kind of the whole thing for really why I started YouTube. It was just because of the positive attention. Kind of, I want to say, gave me the opportunity to change the structured idea that had formed around me in reality. I, when I was growing up, I was seen in a way and in a light that I did not like at all. And I felt very stuck. And, like, I lied a lot as a person. I lied a lot because of my anxiety, and I didn't really realize what it was then at all. Like, I didn't even know what the fuck anxiety was. I didn't know what the fuck depression was. Like, I didn't even know I had like clinical depression. But I kind of, having those things, they affect how you retaliate in reality. And I know some of them are definitely like common human things for sure. And I mean, like, we all learn as we grow older. However, like, fuck did I learn? Oh, fuck. Oh. Were around me in my life when I was growing up are more than aware of the types of things that I would do. And like I probably did like everything you could possibly think of that was stupid, to be fair. But yeah, no. I had issues, and I they weren't regarded really. They were kind of like pushed aside and thrown under the rug as if I was just like everybody else, really. And yeah, that was definitely an interesting thing that I'd learned over time, that emotional triggers really suck. Like, they happen and you don't mean to do them at all. And you can't help but be something that you don't want to be. And I mean, the internet gave me a chance to create myself, and that's what I did. I basically created what I had always thought of myself to be. However, like, I'm not like a mythical person. Like, I'm just a normal person. And I mean, like, I have body dysmorphia, so like I honestly don't even really see myself as attractive. Like, it's always really been that way. And I mean, like, now now I understand. However, like, that was how I felt because on the inside I felt like shit like all the time. So I was going through a lot of shit that I didn't understand. And um, I guess things kind of like worked out for the better, I guess you could say, as if it was meant to be or something. But I mean, like, I'm here now. And I'm doing really good. I mean, aside from the medication weaning, but yeah. Um So basically, I started YouTube because I wanted to follow my dreams and achieve my goals. Goals of which I wanted to surprise you guys with. Um, yeah. I the past few years I've met some really awesome people and made some really cool friends and stuff like that. Friends that like I have more things in common with. Like I grew up with awesome people, not gonna lie. Like I had a really awesome childhood and like growing up and stuff like that. And that's kind of why it's like I feel kind of lame and pathetic because it's just like I shouldn't be like sad and stuff like that because of the fact that um timer died again. I kind of just like have it on the charger and I just like wait. It like kind of interferes and I started crying and what I was saying was uh I I feel really pathetic because like I'm all sad and shit and like it's over it's over emotional things that people can normally get over and like move on from kind of thing and like that's where it's kind of like and I also understand that there's people in other countries who suffer from things and live completely different lives and perceptions and they they have a different idea of what's comfort and stuff like that too. So I don't know. I I guess what I'm saying is that like I learned that mental illness is a serious thing. Yeah. And it's pretty real because I'm like the perfect example of it. um well in my mind at least to see for proof. But I mean it just kind of I don't know. I came to a point of realization, I guess. I was in denial for a really long time because of the type of image I sort of portrayed. But I did that as a coping mechanism. And I mean, like, that's kind of why I like to dress up for the most part. It, like, gives me something to look forward to, I guess. But I also really love it. So, um, but tried to kind of, like, fight the idea of, me possibly being depressed. So I always just tried to be really happy and like push it aside really. I mean like that's the best way to cope with what I have anyway too. But yeah, I just sad person. I'm a really sad person. But sadness aside, I really enjoy entertaining people and I've been that way ever since I could walk and talk and stuff. Always up in the camera and up in people's faces, like so. And the people who grew up with me know that too. I'm a bit of a big personality, but I'm like this for the most part in reality as well. Like this is not an act. The way I present myself is generally just how I am when I talk to a person normally. So, like, I'm talking to you guys, and you guys are my friends. Like, I'm talking to my friends on camera. Like, actually, like, my family watches some of this sometimes. Actually, I don't know if my family watches all of it. Some of my family might, I'm not sure. But, I mean, a lot of people who I know watch these videos as well too. So, it's kind of like I can have a rounded sort of view, talking perception, I guess. I'm not sure. Thoughts and stuff and words and Englishing of unknown. I'm gonna just go back to editing the video though. I'm thirsty. Guess you just watched a few seconds of me drinking. I love you guys. See you in the end of the video. I also wanted to say, unlike the last few times I had left YouTube, this time I planned for it. So, I'm at the near bitter end of my medication journey. So, I feel like shit, and I'm crying a lot, and if it's apparent, I'm sensitive, and my head kind of gallivants to interesting directions of negativity slash positivity slash reflection. I don't even know. I have a lot going on in my head right now. That's kind of weird and embarrassing at the same time, and not exactly in the best state of mind for really trying to go about what I want to film. So, um, I have a bunch of videos that I have filmed over the past month. So I have things I'm going to be editing and posting, but I'm not going to be posting any like new content in high quality for the next bit until I feel better. I might throw in a few vlogs here and there, letting you guys know how I am, because right now I honestly, it's been like nausea every single day, and now since I'm near the bitter end of my medication, the nausea is just increasing for me, and since my anxiety is no longer being treated, I'm really high anxiety as well too, so I feel more awkward than usual. um, uh, uh, um, uh, and then my head's just like, yeah, it's not really fun right now. I'm just trying to stay in a happy place again. If anybody wants to like send me stuff to cheer me up, that'd be awesome, because really I'm just going to like expose myself to as much happy things that I enjoy as possible while coming off of this stuff and trying to balance myself back out. I'm gonna be eating a lot of fruit, probably. I know that's gonna help a lot. Eating a lot of fruit. I'm also probably going to just like do some crafting and stuff like that. But for you guys, just so you know, FYI as to why I'm not posting anything that's pertaining to my person's state in high quality is for that reason. But like, yeah, I might fill you guys in here and there, but I have a feeling I won't, because considering how I felt last time, I really just was not into filming at all. So, I'm probably just going to like, I might check in on my social sites. So my social network sites are always down below for you guys, and I should add my SoundCloud in there too. I don't have my SoundCloud on there. A few of you guys have found my SoundCloud too. I follow a lot of people in there, and I use music. It's kind of like a coping mechanism as well. So I listen to a lot of music every single day, and I'm always like reposting stuff on there and liking stuff. So some of you guys have noticed my pretty active feed. I haven't actually done anything recently. Maybe I should listen to some music now. But I think that's all I have to say for now. But yeah, I'm really happy to be almost off this shit though, because my neck wound is still there, and it's still irritated, and my skin is still irritated. But I've definitely noticed the anxiety coming back because I managed to get a cold sore. And I noticed my acne coming back for sure. I learned I have like anxiety prone acne. My acne is anxiety related. It's the stress and stuff. I need to kind of learn better ways of coping with my anxiety. I kind of just feed to it all the time, honestly. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say. Leave your thoughts if you have any. If there's anything relatable, it's awesome. Let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, smiles all around. That'd be fucking peachy. But yeah, no, I don't want anyone to think that they feel inclined to show sympathy or anything like that. I'm not making a video like this to show sympathy or to ask for sympathy at all. But I should stop talking now because my brain is retarded. So I love you guys.